Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. Today I'm going to present to you my team selection for the upcoming Gameweek 33. At the time of recording, Gameweek 32 is still ongoing, but I want to showcase to you how my team is doing, what I expect more to happen, and what is the position that I'm currently in. Then I'm going to showcase to you my 33 team selection, as I already used my bench boost in 32 and I'm saving my free hit for 36. That would mean that I will have to survive the upcoming Gameweek 33 without any improvements and anything out there, but I'll be activating my triple captain. So triple captaincy is active and I'm going to pray for a good score for my captain so he can catch up to the bench boost and to the players that I do not own. If you enjoy my content and my different approach to the season, you can subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 5k as soon as possible, but let's reach 3.4k before we reach the 5k. Of course, one step further down the road, it will help me reach my goals, I believe. So then I'm not going to present to you my Gameweek 34 and 36 plans as of now, because I have a lot of dilemmas yet, so I don't want to just share some dilemmas with you. I want to see how Gameweek 33 goes, and then we're going to speak a lot about how Gameweek 34 is going to be presented. So now, without further ado, let's go and see how my team is doing currently in Gameweek 32. Looking at how my team is doing at the moment, it's around a 5k green arrow, which for my rank is pretty big. Yes, I'm with activated bench boost, and at the moment the bench boost is not proving that exciting. It's Bowen, Williams, Bradley and Verbruggen who are going to be out of the selection if I didn't activate bench boost. So that would mean 15 points. I would say 15 points, it's a success. At the end of the day, 15 points is not that bad. It could have been way worse. It could have been way better. Nick Williams conceded in the 94th minute, so a clean sheet there would have been ideal for that bench boost. 4 more points at least. That would have been 19 points, which is considered for me a very successful one. Verbruggen decided to concede 2 goals against Leicester, who haven't scored since January, and I'm like, okay, at 4 more points there it would have been 23, but at the end of the day, and Bowen got robbed out of a goal by Robertson when Robertson scored an own goal and got a chance saved by Alisson. So at the end of the day, it could have been way better, but it could have been way worse. So I take the points and I move forward from the bench boost. Speaking by player, Raya in goal, 2-pointer, conceded 1 against Brentford, and that's the story of the Arsenal team. You either get a 6-pointer or a 2-pointer and nothing in between for that goalkeeper. Maybe sometimes you get a 7 or 8 if he gets some bonus or something like that. But at the end of the day, it feels awful to own them when they do not perform. Thankfully, I got only one of the defenders because Gabriel got injured, and yeah, the plan changed there. Moving into Livramento, he has still a fixture to come. Crystal Palace at home, still to face. Both teams are playing particularly well. Yes, Crystal Palace just lost. We're going to get into that in a second. But at the end of the day, Livramento, a 2-pointer. It could have been way better if Garnacho didn't score that stupid goal, because they were going for a clean sheet. United had 0 chances after that, 1 chance before that. So yeah, I feel a little bit robbed. But a lot of guys have 2 players from Newcastle that are playing in defense, so maybe I got lucky. But for someone that is not on an assistant manager with How, this hurts a lot, because Livramento is the player that most of the guys do not own, as they own Murphy and Isaac, and yeah, it could have been better with a clean sheet. But at the end of the day, there is still more to come, and I believe against Crystal Palace he'll be facing off against Munoz, so be a direct battle between the fullbacks. Who gets the upper hand, I have no clue, but I believe in Livramento and I quite like him. Speaking about Munoz, he got a 0-pointer. It could have been almost a -1 if there was a yellow card or 1 more goal conceded, but 5 goals conceded against City, it's not ideal. The interesting thing is, I think that, let's talk FPL mentioned it, everyone was saying Crystal Palace is a good team away from home, but they haven't played the best sides yet. Arsenal, City, Liverpool, they haven't faced them. So I think that that's why they are one of the best away sides. If you haven't been tested against the better sides, and you can add Newcastle into that frame. So yeah, 4 of the basically of the top 5 they haven't faced yet. So yeah, it shows why their away form was brilliant. Still, I believe Munoz can deliver something against what's their name, against Newcastle. Being an attacking returner or a cheeky clean sheet, I don't know what to expect, but Munoz is great overall, and I will continue keeping him into my squad. And I have no option here as he is still in play for Gameweek 32. Guardio 1 pointer, conceded 2, so yeah, 1 pointer, nothing amazing in attacking sense because O'Reilly started playing as a left back and he and Ruben Dias made the center back partnership, and unless there is a set piece for Guardio, I don't see him getting an attacking return pretty soon. Into midfield we go. Here we have a mistake. Palmer should be on 4 points, but yeah, I maybe mistyped it. But yeah, Palmer on 4 points. I was so disappointed with his performance. Yellow card, only 1 assist. It's not ideal. Chelsea are not very good. Palmer lost his confidence as a whole, which is not ideal, but yeah, at least it's not a blank. Yes, he got 1 point more over Saka since game week 30, and Saka has played around 90 minutes total, while Palmer was 180, around 220. So yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all, but yeah, what can you do? 1 pointer is a 1 pointer. Salah, after the new contract, 6 points. I like it. I'm happy with it. Could have been more in the first half against Carrows from West Ham. He was in no man's land at the West Ham left back, but for now, yeah, it will be only 6 points. Only 6 points by Salah. He was going to hurt me either way as I didn't captain him, so 6 points. It's ideal for the Liverpool title charge and for my FPL team not getting hurt at all. Murphy with an assist, 5 pointer. I'm happy with his performance. Now Crystal Palace, it will be against Mitchell or Chilwell, I don't know who, but I believe Murphy can tear them apart, and I believe that he can showcase why he has been in one of the best forms of his life. I resemble him a little bit to Almiron to several seasons ago, where he had that amazing purple patch. I'm hopeful for that Murphy purple patch also. Finally, it was Bowen on the bench, so Sar was playing against City. I was in very happy state when they took the lead and he assisted Eze, and I was like, okay, we start good. Sar may get even more returns. At the end, he didn't. So yeah, 5 pointer, the same with Murphy. He's going to face Livramento. Livramento will be against Sar and Munoz, so it's going to be very hard for him, but I think Livramento is pretty capable to survive that attacking threat. Mateta subbed off at halftime. I did not expect that, but they wanted to change a little bit in midfield. I don't know if that is going to be the case again against Newcastle, but I highly doubt it. I believe that with Munoz and Sar operating on the right flank, Eze being on the left and occupying Trippier, and it's going to be very difficult for Trippier. I think that Mateta will thrive in that fixture, but let's see if he can improve from that 1 pointer. The captaincy from Isaac, he's a guy that can hurt me because most of the managers triple captain him. I did not expect him to reach over 200% effective ownership around my rank, but at the end of the day, it's expected as a lot of managers use the triple captaincy. Thankfully, only a 5 pointer, so he didn't hurt me that much, but there is still one more fixture to come. Gay will be back, Lacroix will be back, Richards will be playing, so I think it's going to be a little bit harder, but nothing against Crystal Palace defense. But Isaac is just that good that he doesn't care who plays against. And Marmusha 7 pointer, goal, bonus point in a 5-2 victory. Perfect. More than perfect. I'm really happy with him. He's in a great form, successfully replacing Erling Haaland at the moment. So I really like him, and I think that he can do a very solid job moving forward. Still a lot of players to play, still a lot of things to happen. 58 points so far, not great, not terrible. 11k rank, 11.6k rank. I think that this is a good rank at the moment. We'll see if I get into the top 10k by the end of the week. I do not expect it, especially if Isaac decides to tear me apart. But even if I don't reach it, around 10k for me is ideal. Now I'm going to showcase to you how my team is looking for the upcoming Gameweek 33, because there I have some benching dilemmas. Should I make some transfers? Should I not? But most probably the team will remain like that unless some injuries are confirmed before deadline. As per usual, for Game Week 33, we're going to start in the goalkeepers department. Starting this week is going to be Raya. He is going to be my starting keeper for most of the weeks up until the end, but for now, he's the guy with a double fixture, Ipswich away and Crystal Palace at home at 5.5 million. And being my only Arsenal asset, I'll be relying on Raya. I don't think I'm going to surprise anyone, but with my strategy to not activate my free hit in 34, I would be trying to survive game week 33. Hopefully that pays off. Of course, that would mean that I'm surviving 2 weeks, while I plan to move ahead to survive easier another 2 weeks, because in 36 there is a possibility of a double fixture. For example, if Forest reaches the final of the FA Cup, I think it's 99% guaranteed for them to have a double in 36 and then for them to have a blank in 37. So I want to navigate my team properly for the run of 35 and 37. So I want to be prepared in all scenarios to have players fit and to have players playing and to be as ready as possible. And for me that means that I will have to sacrifice a week. Now I will cover it with a triple captain, but we're going to discuss it when I reach the captaincy. But yeah, now the goalkeeper Raya. Verbruggen is facing Brentford. I think that Brentford are in a pretty good position right now, especially at home. I think Mbumo is going to be vital for a lot of teams. I am a little bit worried of not owning Mbumo, but at that moment I cannot afford to get Mbumo, so I will not be getting him. So in a nutshell, I think that the team is with a good performance. I have a proper bench this time around that can be replaced, the goalkeeper, if something happens, but I really do hope that Raya is fit so I can have at least one doubler from that Arsenal team. Players around that position in the goalkeeper department doesn't intrigue me that much. Neither Ederson, Swash, Ortega, neither Henderson, neither Martinez, who are all having a double up. Aston Villa having a hard fixture against PSG. Yes, Arsenal will have a hard fixture against Real Madrid, so that means some of the outfield players may get subbed off around just to give them a little bit of a rest. But for now, I think Raya fits the bill perfectly, and I have a proper replacement with Verbruggen in goal. Moving into the defenders, I have 3 proper defenders going into this week. We start with the pick that I brought in last week. I decided to do it just before deadline stream, so sorry for not mentioning it in the video, but I was going to go for Konate. When I've seen that Bradley is back fit, I decided to go for Bradley, and that turned out to be the better decision. Now he's facing Leicester away. I'm really hopeful that they just don't concede against Leicester as Brighton did, but yeah, I think Liverpool are far better side than Brighton, and I think that they can manage it. Bradley can also be involved in some attacking department situation, so I'm really happy that I own him. I don't have another double game week player on the bench. Williams is facing Spurs and Livramento is facing Aston Villa. I think that Nick Williams is pretty capable of keeping a clean sheet against Spurs, because Spurs are going to be tired from a Thursday fixture against Frankfurt, while Forest are resting. And after that loss against Everton, I think that Forest will want to fight back, but I honestly cannot make myself bench Bradley for Neco Williams. Livramento against Aston Villa, of course, with him not having a double up, and Aston Villa showcasing how good they are in Champions League against PSG. I'm a little bit scared to rely on some of their defensive options against Aston Villa. Now moving to the double week players, Munoz, another double week for him. Bournemouth at home and Arsenal away. It's 2 very tough fixtures. Bournemouth just defeated Fulham and they're back on the winning track, while Arsenal would have probably rested most of their team against Ipswich, and then they will go full speed ahead against Crystal Palace. Of course, I think by then the title will be decided, so I don't know how much exactly Arsenal are going to invest into that fixture, and they may even save some of the players for the Champions League if they reach the semi-final. Have in mind that the fixture against Real Madrid, the second leg, hasn't been played, but still, I think that regardless of what happens, Munoz would be in my lineup. Of course, he will be facing against Kerkez, which is not an easy task, or against Semenyo. It's by far not on, or Tavernier or whoever plays left wing, it's not going to be an easy task. On the other side, he will be facing against Luis Kelly. Again, not that easy, even if it's Calafiori back or they play Zinchenko. Okay, if it's Zinchenko or Tierney, I think Munoz can make their life miserable. But against Luis K is going to be hard. But let's be real, if I have a double week player and I'm not free hitting slash bench boosting, I'm playing that double week player, as I don't have anyone from Aston Villa in defense and I don't have anyone else from Arsenal. I'll be relying on Munoz. Now the next fixture for Guardiola is Everton, and after that it's Aston Villa. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep a clean sheet. Hopefully against Everton they can do so, and hopefully against Everton they can showcase their potential and they can push even more for that top 5 spot that is going to guarantee them UCL football next year. I don't know if he will still play both games as a center back. I don't know if Nico O'Reilly will be used in both fixtures, because I have a suspicion that Guardiola will want to use him in FA Cup, and 3 fixtures in 1 week for Nico O'Reilly, I just don't see that. Happening. Yes, I think Guardiola against Everton will be center back, and against Aston Villa he will be a left back. So I expect against Aston Villa him to showcase his potential. It will be either against Konsa or Cash, and I don't think it's that hard for him to attack against them. He will be defending against someone like probably either Bailey or Rogers. I don't know who is going to be there. Can it be someone else? I don't think so. Asensio will be playing central if he plays. So against Rogers probably will be hard for him. But yeah, at the end of the day, I really do believe that this part of the defense is pretty solid for me. Yes, it was between Saliba or Bradley for me, or Timber or Saliba or Bradley, whoever it is. And with me going without a bench boost and without free hit in 34, I decided to risk it with Bradley. So far so good, he's paying off. Let's see if he can pay off even more. I expect some solid points from this defensive department. This is basically a template of the defense that everyone has apart from Bradley. Yes, on the bench boost they'll have 2 more defenders, but yeah, 1 goal or 2 goals conceded and that defense is gone. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if I can survive without having so many players. I expect a very nasty red arrow in Gameweek 33, but maybe I can fire it again in 36 or 37, as at the end the overall rank matters the most. Going into midfield, I don't think here I have to discuss anything about it. I think my team picks itself here, but let's discuss why I ended up with that midfield. Starting with the benching option with Murphy. Yes, Murphy is a prime candidate to be sold for someone with a double in 33, but I will not be using it because I want to have Murphy for my 34 week. Of course, most of the teams will have Murphy regardless in 34 with the free hit, but I would save a transfer and I would save my free hit with Murphy. So yeah, 5.2 million in a prime form at the moment. He's not doubling up, but he has Ipswich in 34, and I think that is an ideal fixture to attack at the moment. The same can be said about Livramento that I didn't mention on the defensive part, but yeah, Murphy now is reduced to the bench as he is facing Aston Villa, and everyone else in my team has something better to show instead of that. So starting with Bowen, one of the reasons that I went with Bowen on my wildcard in 30 was that particular fixture in 33 where I was deliberating should I pick someone for bench boost 33 or bench boost 32, and I decided to flip a coin and get Bowen for both, as he can score against anyone and he is an amazing pick against Southampton at home. 7.5 million, yes, it's a lot. The price got reduced, but at the end of the day, Southampton at home, and when I expect Füllkrug to start and Bowen to be a right winger, because the right wingers against Southampton are having a field day every freaking day of the week. Whoever is on right wing position is thriving as much as possible. I don't remember when a specific position was that good for against a team. Every time a right winger delivers against that Southampton side, who are already relegated, and I think may give some chances to players from the academy just to see what the squad will be for next season in the championship. Moving into Ismail Assar, he picks himself. He has a double just like Munoz, Bournemouth and Arsenal. It's going to be hard, but Sarr is in amazing form. I don't know if Crystal Palace will do some rotations because of the FA Cup fixture in 34. Of course, the same can be said about Aston Villa. I don't know how much they are going to prioritize that FA Cup over top 4 finish. I don't know about Palace, as they're already in the mid-table. They don't have a lot of European chances, so I think that they will prioritize the FA Cup as the quickest way for them to get to Europe. So yeah, I believe that Sar, Munoz may get some minutes reduced. I don't know how much exactly, because it's a hard game against Arsenal, but you never know with Crystal Palace and what is going to happen. Next up we have Palmer, and if you ask me why Palmer is in instead of Murphy, the only reason is penalties. I think penalty taker over always triumphs someone else. Both have an away fixture, both the fixture is not good. Palmer will be having a midweek fixture in now before in Europe. So yeah, will he play, will he not, I don't know, but I think he will be looking to get back into form. He's so expensive that I cannot see myself benching him, of course, over Murphy. The only upside is the penalties, but it's not a small feat to have a penalty taker in here. He's the first penalty taker that I'm mentioning, as if Paqueta is playing, Bowen is not on penalties, Sarr is not on penalties, so yeah, Palmer makes the first list as a penalty taker. Another penalty taker here in the list is Mohamed Salah, and let's be real, I'm not moving Mohamed Salah away at any point during that season. I'm not taking him out on a transfer or anything. I'm going to be relying on him up until the end of the season, because I think he'll be aiming to get the best score possible until the end of the season. And Leicester, he's even a contender for me to be a captain this week, because it's Leicester away and he can outscore every double week player just with a 1 week performance. I don't know how much he will try to be as good as possible, but at the end of the day, this is Salah, and yeah, Salah is the best. So yeah, Leicester away, Salah is them in. Of course, Murphy will be first on the bench, but for now I'm showcasing section by section. So it will be Murphy, Livramento, Murphy, Williams, Livramento on the bench, because the attacker always triumphs over the defenders in my books. So I think a pretty solid shout out. Let's go and see the attackers. I think you already know them, but we have something to discuss there as well. Here is how the front line is looking at the moment. Isak, Mateta, Marmoush are all in. Isak, Aston Villa away, yes. It's not that hard to decide why I pick him over Murphy and Livramento and Nick Williams, because he is a penalty taker. Of course, most of you know me too well that I always prefer the penalty takers. It's 90% an easy go if they receive a penalty. Of course, they can miss it, but Isak has been having the season of his life, and unless Newcastle want to not get Champions League football, if they don't get it, I think Isak is gone. If they get it, Isak may stay, because why the hell he couldn't, and why the hell he shouldn't, because yep, I think Newcastle will be fighting for better stuff next year. Now, as you can see, I've activated my triple captain on Marmoush, and I'm going to most probably keep him on Marmoush. The plan was here to be Haaland, and now I'm getting the next best thing, and it's Marmoush. Yes, he has something in reserve. He missed several one-on-one chances in the last couple of fixtures. Maybe he's saving it for that double. I don't know if that's going to be popular or not, but it's going to be a hella differential. Triple captain that week. I think most of the people will go with Saka as a captain. If they have Saka, they may go with Mateta or Marmoush as captains regardless, but very few people will activate the triple captains on Marmoush, and I think I can thrive there. Of course, that can fire back massively, and I get only 9 points from a triple captaincy, which would be... I don't want to imagine it, but imagine it works. Imagine he scores 2 goals in each game, and he finishes with 26 points, and I'm like, oh my god, and he doubles that, triples that, I will be over the moon. But yeah, those are things in dreamland. I don't think they're that possible, but still, this is the best week for me to activate the triple captains. The last double where I won't be using my free hit, as it was between free hit now or triple captain in 36. But yeah, I don't know if City are going to double up at all. I don't know if Haaland will be back. I don't know if they will rotate a bit for the final. I have no idea. So I want to utilize it now and just be done with it and have a safety passage for the next fixtures, as I will be able to prepare for a lot of the next ones that I will get in as well. Mateta vice captaincy, this may go to Salah, I don't know, but I don't think that Marmoush in 2 fixtures will be rested. There is of course the looming threat of him being rested for the second one, but I don't see it, honestly, with them having no other forward striker available, with Foden not up to his best part. I don't think anyone else can play that number 9 role, so I think Sar fits the bill perfectly here. Mateta, I don't know what's going on with him. He scored last week and we were like, okay, Mateta is back. Now he is subbed off at halftime. It's difficult times, it's hard times, but I think together with the manager he will fight through them. And as mentioned, Isaac goes there. I will be saving one transfer more, so in 34 I will have 3 transfers. Probably the plan will be to sell Mateta and Sar, for example, or Mateta and Munoz, and get players in. Probably Mateta and Munoz, because I will need no, I don't need a defender more. Maybe I get in Bumo. Maybe I get more and more players. I will see what will happen. I will see what I will do with the transfers, but there is plenty of time before game week 34. So for now, this is the team. Triple captain activated with Marmoush, 11k. Let's see where I will end up after game week 33. If I'm around the 15k, I will be more than happy to attack the last 5 fixtures of the season and get the best rank possible. Last but not least, a special shout out to the members of the channel, Seth Foreign, Oscar Skauser, and Dmitro. Thanks so much for being members of the channel, and thanks so much for supporting me financially. If some of you guys want to support me financially, you can of course join the membership channel, and these are the prices that you're going to be paying. If you don't want to spend money or you cannot afford it, you can always subscribe to the channel. It's completely for free and you help me grow massively. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for providing help. Sadly, there will not be a deadline stream this week as I will be traveling and I have a holiday in Bulgaria. It's Easter holiday, so yeah, I will be spending this time with my family, so sorry for that. But Game Week 34 I will be returning with more FPL content and UCL fantasy content, of course, and we'll be back onto the streams. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. If you need any help, you can always message me under this on X, in Discord. All of the channels are available. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.